Hey everyone, C7B here, and today we are going to build together the RX-78-2 Gundam metallic nano puzzle. Curiously, this was not made by Bandai, and through further internet research, it's also not made in Japan, it's made in China. I'd like to think that this is some kind of origami, but in heavy metal. Pun intended. It's the most iconic of them all, the RX-78-2 Gundam, and it's the silver one. There's some explanations about the original anime on the back of the box there. And let's take a look what's inside. It's actually just two plates of laser cut stainless steel. You can actually build Gundam model kit out of these. Whoa, I'm intrigued. There's the manual and that's all there is. Let's take a closer look at the metal plates. The laser cuts are incredibly good and the small details are very sharply cut. Oh, you get a cool all-metal beam saber here, professionally taped. Oh, that's gonna leave a sticky mark, dang it. Again, very detailed cuts. There are the made in China stamp. And the metal beam saber here is quite bulky. It's definitely not hollow. And let's see the other plate. Nice. I'm excited to build this just by looking at these details. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the manual. It's folded like no Bandai Gunpla manuals ever. The paper is also different. Most of the writings are in kanji, which is gonna make a hard build because it's a new territory for me. I've built so many Gundam plastic models and this 3D metallic puzzle is new to me. So I have to use Google Translator a lot with this manual. Yeah, a lot of this writing are specific instructions. And next, let's just get into the speed build. I'm using my old nippers to cut away the individual parts from the sheets. And the metal beam saber has an alternate use here. It can be used as a device to help folding the steel. But for speed reasons, most of the time I'm using my fingernails to do the folding. I will going to have a ruined fingernails when it's done. We're starting with both arms and then the head. I'm telling you, building the head is a pain in the arse because of the small parts and you need to get a curve instead of straight boxy parts like in the arms. I've spent an hour or so just specifically building the head, not to mention the redo when some of the parts snaps off and then I have to disassemble because some of the parts just have to put a certain way in. Because of the way this thing is built, it has to go a certain way. You cannot skip it or do it backwards. It can get frustrating sometimes. And let me just slow the video down for you just to appreciate the craftsmanship in the form of details here. Yeah, these teeny tiny holes just fits perfectly with the pegs or small indents, and they're all just perfectly lined up where they are intended to be. But sometimes they're a little bit off. There's no give whatsoever that when you just a bit off in folding or doing the curves, the two and won't meet and you can't complete the part. So folding crease part here, they're essential. They have to be precise. So patience is the number one ingredient, which somehow I'm lacking thereof. So forgive me if the end result is a bit unrefined. Yeah, poor quality. Blame it in the artist, not the sculptor. And now you can see my adversity there. Imagine like that part times 80, because there are 80 parts exactly. And they're all just as frustrating as the one we saw in the slowdown part. Yeah. for this video, I doubled the speed from the usual speed I often use in my previous videos because it's just consumed more time to do. And here you can see again, the details are amazing. Maybe some of you find this video and my other 9 videos previously are a bit crude in production. Well, you have to forgive me on that. I shot these videos on my old iPhone 5S and edited in an even older iPad too. Until I get a better filming and editing equipment, maybe the only thing I can improve is the set and lighting, which I will improve in my next video. Perhaps you guys have any suggestions to improve my videos, sound it in the comment section down below. And we're in the final leg of this exhausting build with putting both arms where they belong there. And the final part is the shield. I find putting together the shield is just as frustrating as the head because there are many overlapping parts. There are the stars in the front and gotta put it in the arm and there it is. It's finally done. And that means we go straight into the review part. And I'm just gonna shut up for a while and let the video explain it by itself. And since this model kit has no articulation whatsoever, I think it's gonna be short for the review. Well, apparently this Nano puzzle have many other items in the series, and it's not just Gundam. It has a wide range of 3D puzzle variety, which I like to build later. But I've only just heard this recently, and for the Gundam universe, you can get the RX-78-2, the Zaku, and the Zegok. There actually is a new one just coming out. It's the Charged Zaku from the Origin series. It's in metallic red. Looks awesome. I'd like to get my hands on those later, especially the red one. And for the comparison, since I have no other steel origami in possession right now, how about comparing it with the real grade RX-78-2? That's the original on the left and the repainted RG prototype Gundam on the right. Heck, let's just bring out every real grade RX-78-2 variants that I have. That's the G3, the Casval Gundam, the clear color Art of Gundam, and the last one on the far right there is the mechanical clear. For the proportion, the steel origami is a bit stubby, but it's fine since it's not produced by Bandai. The real grade's proportions are so much better. But for the blinks, hands down, the all-steel version is much flashier. It just looks good on display. I'll proudly put this on my display with all of these RGs. This model kit slash 3D puzzle is a massive headache to do. But when it's done, the satisfaction level is through the roof. One part is because the sense of fulfillment you get when you get complicated things done. The other part is just a feel of, oh, thank God it's finally over. I give this steel origami a 6.5 out of 10, mainly because of the stressfulness and frustration, and it ruins fingernails. I guess that's all for now, and I'll see you guys soon.